So here's a serious question, right? Because people ask, you hear them say, that's a better way to say it. Do you really want to know? Do you really want to know? Can you handle it? Might be an even better question. Can you handle it? I'm all in. I'm all in. If you click on this channel, either you're curious or you're like some of us, we're all into finding out either what's going on here on this planet or in space. I'm all in. I want to know. I'm comfortable finding out some things that could really rock my or shake my world. So I'm all in. You need to figure out if you all in and you really want to know. This next video is humanity isn't ready to see this yet. Let's check it out.
Space, the final frontier, the great expanse which fascinates all children and even many adults. We humans know very little of what's really out there, and the more we learn, the less we truly understand. Here are 20 surprising facts about space you likely didn't know. Number 20. Blue sunset on Mars. Here's a fascinating and somewhat bizarre fact about the red planet. Its sunsets are blue. Mars's sky is typically red due to the dust in its atmosphere, but during sunset, it turns a beautiful shade of blue. The phenomenon occurs because the atmosphere scatters sunlight differently based on its composition and the particles present. Sunlight consists of various wavelengths, and when it passes through Earth's atmosphere, blue light is scattered by air molecules, giving our sky its blue color. On Mars, however, the atmosphere is primarily carbon dioxide with a significant amount of dust. This dust scatters red light, making the sky appear red during the day. At sunset, light travels a longer distance through the atmosphere, scattering more and causing the sky to turn blue. This scientific marvel explains the unique appearance of Martian sunsets. Someday, we might travel to Mars and witness this firsthand. Though I prefer to appreciate these wonders from a distance, the prospect of seeing...
Me too. Because I'm sitting here wondering, like, how does that affect me? Meaning, how does that affect me over time? The sun's rays, blue sun rays, whatever it is, I need to know how that would affect me. And y'all need to start asking yourself that question too. Because one day we could be living there. So how does that affect us over time?
Seeing a blue sunset on another planet is undoubtedly intriguing.
Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
Number 19. A day on Venus. Ever felt like a year on Earth drags on forever? Imagine living on Venus, where a single day lasts as long as 116.75 Earth days. Often referred to as Earth's sister planet due to its similar size and proximity within the Sun's habitable zone, Venus also boasts some stark differences. While Earth experiences a 24-hour day due to its rotation, Venus has an incredibly slow rotation, causing a single day to stretch over 2,800 hours. This prolonged day results from Venus's slow rotation and its orbit around the Sun. Living through such extended periods of daylight and darkness would be a grueling experience. Despite these differences, Venus and Earth share many similarities, including being terrestrial planets. However, our 24-hour day is perfectly suited to human life, and the thought of enduring 116.75 Earth days for just one day on Venus makes us appreciate our planet's rotation even more. Number 18. The perils of space junk. Working for the Department of Defense's Global Space Surveillance Network might sound like a dream job, especially if you're intrigued by the idea of monitoring extraterrestrial activity. However, the reality is quite different. The department primarily tracks over 27,000 pieces of orbital debris, commonly known as space junk, that clutter near Earth space. This debris travels at incredibly high speeds, approximately 1,500 miles per hour. Even the smallest fragment can cause significant damage to space missions.
And most of the things that could damage a satellite that's providing a service or a capability that we care about Most of those things are not trackable because they're too small.
Posing a severe threat to vessels like the International Space Station and SpaceX's Crew Dragon. Unfortunately, the amount of space junk is steadily increasing, amplifying the risks. Despite the disappointment for those hoping to track aliens, the work done by this department is crucial. They ensure the safety of current and future space missions by monitoring and managing the growing problem of space debris. For space enthusiasts with a penchant for solving complex issues, this role could indeed be a fulfilling career. Number 17. Sand and stars. It's a common saying that the stars in the universe outnumber all the grains of sand on every beach, desert, and sandbox on Earth. Considering the vast amount of sand that covers our planet, this statement is quite staggering. To fully grasp this comparison, let's delve into how scientists make these estimates. To calculate the number of sand grains, scientists first measure the average size of sand particles. They then determine how many of these particles would fit into a standard container, such as a gallon jug. Using geological studies and land area estimates, they calculate the total volume of sand on Earth. The current estimate suggests there are approximately 7.5 sextillion sand grains on our planet. On the other hand, astronomers estimate the total number of stars by studying visible galaxies near us. By counting the stars in these galaxies and combining this with conservative estimates for those that aren't visible, they arrive at an astounding figure. The universe is estimated to contain at least 70 septillion stars. This means that stars outnumber sand grains by a significant margin. Interestingly, the Milky Way galaxy alone is estimated to have between 100 to 400 billion stars, and it's just one of billions of galaxies in the universe. Each of these stars could potentially have their own planetary systems, further increasing the cosmic count.
Billions of galaxies in the universe. Billions of galaxies in the universe. Stop telling me we're alone. I don't want to hear it no more. Billions of galaxies in the universe. That's probably why it's so many. Like, stop telling me we're alone, man. I don't want to hear nobody tell me that no more. I'm sorry.
Truly, the more you know, the more mind-boggling the universe becomes. Number 16. NASA spacesuits. NASA has poured over $200 million into developing new spacesuits since 2009. Despite this significant investment, the agency still lacks a new fleet of spacesuits. This shortfall poses a serious issue, especially given NASA's primary focus on space exploration. A spacesuit developed in 1974 cost between $15 million and $20 million, which would be about $150 million today. The situation has worsened as NASA's supply of spacesuits dwindles, currently down to just 4 flight-ready EVA suits. Creating a spacesuit is no simple task. Unlike uniforms or regular work clothes, spacesuits are essentially human-shaped spacecrafts. They must protect astronauts from a myriad of dangers, including radiation, micrometeoroids traveling at up to 20,000 miles per hour, and extreme temperature fluctuations. Additionally, these suits need to provide life support, including oxygen, communications, and other essentials for survival in space. The complexity and high cost of making spacesuits mean that each one requires meticulous design and manufacturing. NASA must prioritize developing new suits, especially with the increasing interest in space travel and exploration. Future missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond will depend on the availability of advanced, reliable spacesuits. Furthermore, private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are also making strides in space travel. The competition is heating up, and NASA must ensure it remains at the forefront by addressing its spacesuit shortage promptly. Number 15. The Sun's mass. How heavy is the Sun? To put it simply, it's extraordinarily massive. Scientists estimate the Sun's mass to be about 1.989 x 10^30 kilograms. This number is so large it's hard to comprehend, but it equates to roughly 330,000 times the mass of Earth. The Sun's mass is not just a number, it's a critical factor in the dynamics of our solar system. The Sun accounts for about 99.86% of the total mass of our solar system. This immense mass generates a gravitational pull strong enough to keep all the planets, asteroids, comets, and other objects in orbit around it. To visualize the sun's mass, consider that if you could somehow weigh it, the sun would tip the scales at around 333,000 times the combined mass of all the planets in our solar system. This includes the massive gas giants Jupiter and Saturn, which themselves have significant mass compared to Earth. The sun's mass also plays a vital role in its life cycle. It influences nuclear fusion processes at its core, where hydrogen atoms combine to form helium, releasing vast amounts of energy. This energy is what powers the sun and provides the heat and light that sustain life on Earth. In summary, the sun is not just a massive burning ball of gas, it's a colossal force of nature, essential for the existence and stability of our solar system. Understanding its mass helps us appreciate the scale and power of the star that makes life on Earth possible. Number 14. Neptune's heat paradox. Space is filled with paradoxes, and Neptune is one of the most striking examples of this phenomenon. Neptune, located more than 2.8 billion miles away from the Sun, defies expectations in several ways. You might assume that such a distant planet would be perpetually cold, dark, and possibly rainy. However, while it is indeed dark, Neptune surprises us by producing its own heat. Neptune generates approximately 2.6 times more heat than it receives from the Sun. This unexpected heat production is believed to result from immense pressure near the planet's core, which builds up and releases hydrogen. The core of Neptune reaches a scorching temperature of about 9,300 degrees Fahrenheit. In stark contrast, the planet's upper atmosphere is frigid, with temperatures plummeting to minus 361 degrees Fahrenheit. The contrast between the core's heat and the cold atmosphere makes Neptune a true enigma. Scientists theorize that the heat might be due to residual energy from the planet's formation or complex interactions within its layers. This paradoxical nature of Neptune
Also volcanoes as well, right? I thought I did a video it probably was a while back, but I'm pretty sure they spoke about the different types of volcanoes there and how when they erupt, because I didn't think it was magma and lava. I think it was something else. But I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But that could be the cause of where the heat's coming from or something else down there. You know what I mean? Don't get me on my conspiracy theory take, because then I'll start coming up with some other things that I've heard people speak about that could be living there at the core. But I want to say volcanoes could be the reason that it does produce some heat.
Neptune, where a planet so far from the Sun can still be intensely hot at its core, illustrates how space often defies our earthly logic. Understanding Neptune requires not just curiosity, but a deep dive into astrophysical principles, making it a fascinating subject for anyone interested in the mysteries of the cosmos. Number 13. Saturn's hexagonal storm. Ask anyone about Saturn, and they're likely to mention its iconic rings. However, Saturn holds many other intriguing features, one of the most remarkable being its hexagonal storm. This enormous and persistent cloud pattern at Saturn's North Pole is named for its hexagonal shape. Each side of this hexagon is about 9,000 miles long, making it significantly larger than the diameter of Earth, which is approximately 7,900 miles. The hexagon is more than just a geometric curiosity. It is a massive, turbulent storm system. Stretching over 18,000 miles wide and towering 190 miles high, it is believed to be a fast-moving jet stream composed of atmospheric gases. This storm has fascinated scientists since its discovery, and its persistent nature suggests it is a long-lasting feature of Saturn's atmosphere. Some speculate that the hexagon could act as a natural barrier, preventing certain atmospheric elements from mixing and creating a stable, albeit stormy, environment. This persistent storm system might be seen as Saturn's way of warding off potential interplanetary visitors. For any space travelers venturing near Saturn, the hexagonal storm is both a beautiful and formidable phenomenon, embodying the dynamic and sometimes hostile nature of our solar system. Number 12. Twinkling stars. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. This classic nursery rhyme touches on a phenomenon that has fascinated humanity for centuries: the twinkling of stars. Stars appear to twinkle when their light passes through the Earth's atmosphere, causing it to scatter and create a shimmering effect. If you were to view stars from space beyond the atmospheric interference, you would see them as steady points of light without the characteristic twinkle. The twinkling occurs because as starlight enters our atmosphere, it encounters turbulence and varying air densities, which refract the light in multiple directions. This scattering effect is what makes stars appear to twinkle from our perspective on the ground. On the other hand, planets appear larger to us than stars, and their light does not scatter in the same way, resulting in a steady glow rather than a twinkle. In addition to stars and planets, other celestial phenomena like rainbows and halos around the moon are also optical illusions created by atmospheric conditions. These effects are beautiful reminders of how our atmosphere can alter our perception of the cosmos. Science reveals the mechanisms behind these wonders, enhancing our appreciation for the natural world and the universe beyond. Number 11. Mercury's temperature extremes. For years, scientists have warned about increasing climate fluctuations on Earth. While our planet experiences its share of extreme weather, Mercury takes the concept of temperature variation to an entirely new level. Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system, boasts the most extreme temperature changes of any planet. In a single day on Mercury, temperatures can swing dramatically from minus 280 degrees Fahrenheit to a scorching 800 degrees Fahrenheit. This extraordinary range is due to Mercury's lack of a significant.
Okay, we can check that off. If there was ever a thought that we wanted to inhabit Mercury, let's go ahead and move that to the bottom of the list, bro. I can't deal with it, fam. Not with those. We can't even survive that.
Significant atmosphere to retain heat. As a result, temperatures plummet during the long nights and soar during the equally long days. NASA's observations confirm that Mercury holds the record for the most extreme temperature range, making Earth's climate changes seem mild by comparison. While our planet's temperature fluctuations are a cause for concern due to climate change, they are nowhere near the 1,000-degree shifts seen on Mercury.
Oh, they ain't gotta never worry about me complaining again. You know what I mean? Because when it get cold, I start complaining. I live in the South. I'm not living up north. I don't want to deal with the cold, so I try to stay down here. So I'd rather deal with the heat. But now that I've heard that, you ain't gotta worry about me complaining no more.
Understanding Mercury's extreme environment provides insight into planetary science and helps us appreciate the relatively stable climate we enjoy on Earth. It also serves as a stark reminder of how delicate and unique our home planet is in the grand scheme of the solar system. Now it's time for the sweet topic. Not so long ago, there was something of a storm in Asia. And surprisingly, very few photos from the event have made it online. This has intrigued people. Now, granted, in recent years, folks have spent less and less time online. Getting away from the digital world is becoming increasingly trendy. So that's a logical reason. But some people got their conspiratorial hats on and wondered if there was a deeper reason why there were so few photos and videos of said storm online. After much poking and prodding, trying to find anything, this image surfaced on the dark web. The uploader claimed it was taken in Asia amidst the storm. If both the image and their claim is genuine, it seems some kind of bizarre UFO roared over the continent during the storm. In fact, it possibly even caused the storm. Or perhaps the storm was little more than a cover-up for the passing of the ship. Are Asian authorities trying to cover this up? Who knows for sure? All we do know is humanity isn't ready to see this yet. As always, let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below using the hashtag #SweetTopic. Number 10. Cold welding in space. On Earth, we follow specific methods for accomplishing tasks because we are creatures of habit. When it comes to science, the principles of physics and chemistry remain constant and unchanging. However, space operates under different rules. For instance, to join two pieces of metal together on Earth, we need to apply heat until the metals reach their melting points. In the vacuum of space, though, this process happens quite differently. In space, no external heat or force is necessary to fuse two metal parts together. This phenomenon, known as cold welding, occurs when moving metal pieces come into contact and rub against each other. This action grinds away the protective oxide layer that normally prevents the metals from bonding. Without this layer, the metal's electrons flow freely from one piece to the other, effectively merging them into a single entity. Cold welding is a fascinating example of how space alters the behavior of materials. It highlights the unique conditions of the space environment, which can be radically different from what we experience on Earth. This process can have significant implications for the design and maintenance of spacecraft, as engineers must account for the potential of metal components fusing unexpectedly. On the bright side, at least astronauts don't need to carry a toolbox filled with welding equipment. Bob the Builder, if he were an astronaut, would certainly appreciate the lighter load. Number 9. The tilt of Uranus. Tilting an object can create an off-kilter appearance, and this principle applies to planets as well. While Earth's axis is tilted at 23 degrees, which gives us our seasons, Uranus takes it to an extreme with a tilt of 98 degrees. This severe tilt has dramatic effects on Uranus's seasons and overall climate. On Earth, our moderate tilt allows for a relatively predictable cycle of seasons. When our hemisphere tilts toward the sun, we experience summer, and when it tilts away, we face winter. Uranus, however, has a unique orientation that causes each of its seasons to last for 21 Earth years. Imagine enduring a summer that never ends for 2 decades, or a winter that stretches on for just as long. This extreme axial tilt.
I love my planet. I love, like, we gotta save this planet, man. We gotta do all that we can do to save this planet. Do you hear what's out there? A 2-decade season? Oh no, bro. No, no. I'm starting to love it. This video is making me love my planet more and more every moment that goes by of me listening to what's going on in space.
Makes Uranus one of the most unusual planets in our solar system. It presents a world where the sun rises and sets in unexpected ways, leading to prolonged periods of daylight or darkness at its poles. This peculiarity offers scientists a fascinating case study in planetary dynamics and seasonal variations. The unusual tilt of Uranus provides insights into the diverse range of planetary behaviors, reminding us of the incredible diversity within our solar system. Number 8. The vast valley of Mars. Mars holds many mysteries, and one of its most intriguing features is the Valles Marineris, the largest canyon in our solar system. While much about Mars remains unknown, what we do know can be incredibly fascinating, particularly for fans of grand geological formations like the Grand Canyon. Valles Marineris is an immense canyon stretching more than 1,864 miles across the Martian surface. It reaches depths of up to 5 miles and spans up to 372 miles in width, making it a colossal feature that dwarfs the Grand Canyon on Earth. For comparison, the Grand Canyon is about 498 miles long, 18.6 miles wide, and 1.1 miles deep. The sheer scale of Valles Marineris makes it one of the most striking natural features on Mars. The origins of Valles Marineris are still debated among scientists. One prevalent theory suggests that the canyon was formed billions of years ago as the planet cooled and contracted, causing the surface to crack and create this vast chasm. Despite many unknowns, the canyon's size and formation continue to captivate researchers and space enthusiasts alike. The allure of Valles Marineris is undeniable, drawing interest from those who dream of exploring Mars. Its grandeur and mystery make it a prime target for future missions and potential tourism. Elon Musk's vision of colonizing Mars includes the promise of exploring such magnificent features, even if the thought makes some of us a bit queasy. The prospect of visiting a natural wonder that eclipses Earth's greatest canyons is both thrilling and humbling. Number 7. Diamond Rain. Throughout history, Earth has witnessed a wide array of bizarre items falling from the sky. We've seen frogs, spiders, golf ball-sized hailstones, pieces of meat, and even mysterious space jelly. However, one thing that has never rained down on us is diamonds, which is a bit disappointing since free jewels would be a delightful surprise. To see diamonds falling from the sky, you'd have to venture into outer space. According to calculations by U.S. scientists, the atmospheres of Saturn and Jupiter contain carbon in its dazzling crystal form. This means that under the right conditions, these planets experience diamond rain.
This is also a reason, my belief, as to why there is such a space race for some of these resources and different things that some of these planets contain. So I don't know what we got to do as a collective, y'all. If we can put our heads together and build our own spaceship, figure out how to get there safely, land, and collect some of these things, diamonds included, like, because that's what I believe is another reason they're in such a hurry to get to some of these planets. And they're competing with other countries to do so. These resources, man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. It's like a gold rush.
Lightning storms in their atmospheres convert methane into soot. As the soot falls, it transforms into chunks of graphite and eventually into diamonds due to the immense pressure and temperatures. These diamond hailstones are estimated to be about 1 centimeter in diameter, which is big enough to be used in jewelry. However, having diamonds rain down would cause significant damage to both people and property. Imagine the chaos of diamonds falling from the sky. While it sounds glamorous, the reality would involve injuries and destruction. Despite the allure of these celestial jewels, the practical implications would be far from desirable. It seems that diamond rain is best appreciated from a safe distance, without the threat of being pelted by precious stones. Number 6. Cryo volcanoes. When most people think of volcanoes, they imagine them spewing hot molten lava. However, in the vast expanse of space, volcanoes can behave quite differently. Instead of lava, cryovolcanoes eject water, methane, or ammonia, which then freeze into vapor and fall as volcanic snow. These icy volcanoes, though different from their terrestrial counterparts, are no less fascinating or terrifying. Cryovolcanoes are relatively common in our solar system. They can be found on at least 3 different planets and moons, including Pluto, Saturn.
So maybe I was wrong about what I thought I said about Pluto. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go. Maybe I was wrong.
Saturn's moon Titan, and Jupiter's moons Europa and Io. Among these, Io's cryovolcanoes are particularly active. NASA's spacecraft have captured images of these eruptions, showing plumes of frozen vapor extending up to 250 miles into space. The exact cause of cryovolcanoes remains a mystery, but scientists speculate that strong gravitational forces might play a significant role. This phenomenon highlights the diversity of volcanic activity across the solar system.
But it's freezing once it gets to the surface, right? So thus far, probably keeping the core warm. So I still could be right on what I'm saying about Pluto.
Regardless of the type of volcano, one piece of advice remains constant. If you find yourself near an erupting volcano, run in the opposite direction. Whether it's spewing lava, ice, or any other substance, getting away quickly is always the best course of action. And if you're thinking of calling an Uber, it's probably too late. Number 5. Galaxies collide. If you needed another reason to feel a bit more existential dread, consider the inevitable fate of our Milky Way galaxy. Although it might seem like a distant concern, astronomers have determined that our galaxy is on a collision course with the nearby Andromeda galaxy. While the two are currently separated by a staggering 2.5 million light-years, they are moving toward each other at about 250 miles per hour. When the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies finally collide, the result will be catastrophic. The stars within both galaxies will be scrambled, with many being ejected or destroyed in the process. This cosmic collision will fundamentally alter the structure and appearance of both galaxies, rendering them unrecognizable. Fortunately, this galactic apocalypse is not imminent. The collision is expected to occur in about 4 billion years, giving us plenty of time to contemplate the eventual fate of our universe. While it's a bit unnerving to know that such a massive event is on the horizon, it's also somewhat reassuring that it won't happen for a very long time. In the meantime, we can focus on more immediate challenges and crises, knowing that the end of our galaxy is a distant worry. This knowledge serves as a reminder of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the cosmos and the incredible timescales on which these events unfold. Number 4. Do aliens really exist? The question of whether aliens exist is one of the most intriguing mysteries of our existence. Are we alone in the universe, or is there intelligent life beyond our planet? Despite our curiosity, we currently lack definitive answers. In June 2021, the U.S. government declassified a report containing 120 UFO sightings from the past 2 decades, fueling speculation about possible extraterrestrial visits to Earth. The report generated mixed reactions. While many were disappointed by the lack of conclusive evidence, several experts in fields such as astrobiology and astrophysics strongly believe in the existence of aliens. They argue that the vastness of space makes it highly likely that other intelligent life forms exist, even if we haven't found them yet. Space is incredibly vast, making the search for extraterrestrial life akin to finding a needle in a cosmic haystack. As humanity advances in technology and continues to explore the cosmos, the chances of discovering alien life increase. While we may not be ready for the potential implications of such a discovery, the idea that aliens might be real is both exciting and daunting. So, keep your eyes on the skies, and maybe someday we'll find out we are not alone in the universe. Number 3. The Great Red Spot. Most high school students remember dealing with acne, a personal great red spot of sorts. However, the Great Red Spot we're talking about is far more significant and less treatable with face cream. This enormous high-pressure system on Jupiter's southern hemisphere is a massive anticyclone, creating a persistent and powerful storm. The Great Red Spot is an awe-inspiring phenomenon, with wind speeds ranging from 270 to 425 miles per hour. Scientists have been observing this storm since the 19th century, although its exact origins remain a mystery. It is widely believed that the storm predates recorded observations, making it one of the longest-lasting storms in the solar system. The sheer size and intensity of the Great Red Spot are mind-boggling. It's essentially a never-ending hurricane on Jupiter, churning continuously for centuries. This storm is yet another reminder of the incredible and often intimidating nature of space weather. So, while exploring space sounds exciting, the reality of such phenomena might make you think twice before venturing too far from Earth. Number 2.
And we found out one of the reasons why that thing has lasted so long is the rotation. So if Earth's rotation ever decides to speed up, fam, talk about dreading hurricane season when it gets here. It gets here and never leaves. That'd be bad. That'd be super bad for us. So that's something to think about for our planet in the near future. If it happens to speed up its rotation, bro, that's one of the things you got to worry about. Long-lasting hurricanes and storms.
The hottest planet. Our solar system is filled with diverse and extreme environments. As Earth grapples with climate change, it's fascinating to compare our planet's conditions with those of the solar system's hottest planet, Venus. Earth's average temperature is around 58.6 degrees Fahrenheit, but Venus experiences temperatures soaring to approximately 842 degrees Fahrenheit. Venus isn't the closest planet to the Sun, yet it holds the title of the hottest planet. This intense heat is due to Venus's atmosphere, which is composed predominantly of carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas. Thick clouds of sulfuric acid trap heat, creating a runaway greenhouse effect that makes the surface unbearably hot. The conditions on Venus are lethal to any form of life as we know it. The extreme temperatures and toxic atmosphere ensure that any living being would perish almost instantly. As space tourism becomes more feasible, destinations like Venus highlight the challenges of finding habitable places within our solar system. While the concept of exploring other planets is thrilling, the harsh realities of places like Venus remind us of the need for caution and extensive preparation. Number 1. Neutron Stars. Neutron stars are frequently mentioned in science fiction, but their true nature is less commonly understood. These stellar remnants form when massive stars explode in supernovae. The result is an incredibly dense object. To put this into perspective, a single teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh about 1 billion tons. Neutron stars are compact, with diameters around 12.5 miles. Despite their small size, their mass and gravity are immense. The gravity of a neutron star is about 2 billion times stronger than Earth's gravity, creating an environment of unimaginable forces. One of the most astonishing aspects of neutron stars is their rapid rotation. These stars can spin up to 43,000 times per second, a motion initiated by the supernova explosion. Over time, this rapid spinning slows down, but the initial speeds are staggering. If you were somehow able to stand on a neutron star, the extreme gravity and rapid rotation would exert forces so strong that they would be instantly fatal. This makes neutron stars both fascinating and terrifying, showcasing the dramatic and violent processes that shape our universe. Science fiction often capitalizes on these dramatic characteristics, highlighting the spectacular and sometimes deadly beauty of the cosmos. Which space fact amazed you the most?